Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's Thomas. I was wanting to talk to you guys about some video editing today. Now, some people have asked me over the years, I've been making YouTube videos and things like that for years. And a lot of people ask me, like, how do you make your YouTube videos? How do you do this? How do you do that? The reality of the matter is, you can sit down and make YouTube videos, but when you do videos, you want to be professional. You want to try to speak clearly. You want to try not to, talk fast, which I talk fast and things like that. I'm sarcastic, things like that. So I just try to be myself, but it's always good to try to sound professional as possible when making videos and, things of that nature. Now, I don't expect for anyone out there, unless you're dead serious about making high quality videos, but as you guys can see, I actually use a green screen that I have behind me, and that's probably the first thing that you guys actually noticed. I can drop in any images, I can drop in photos, different things based on what I'm talking about in behind me and things of that nature. But you gotta, when you do photos and stuff like that, you gotta be careful about what photos you're putting up. You gotta make sure that the photos are licensed GPL, that you're not infringing on someone else's copyrights, or you're trying to claim rights for those copyrights, or you're hurting another company. You also need to make sure that you follow the YouTube guidelines. You always need to make sure your channel stays in good standing, YouTube channel's in good standing, things like that. You never want to infringe upon your YouTube channel or anything like that. So that's also very important. To have a good channel. Now, the green screen kit that I have, this is actually 10 feet wide, and it actually comes with a green chroma key. It's basically a sheet. It's basically 12 foot by 10 foot, and then I have a black and a white one as well. I never used the black. I never used the white, but I might use the black every now and then. Rarely. I haven't used it yet, but I use the green, and it actually the curtain actually slides through a rod, so it's kind of like a curtain rod, and then you put it up. And I actually found it easier if you actually take the curtain, instead of putting it through the rod, you just actually kind of fold it over, because I'm only using half of it. I don't stand up in front of it the way I have it hooked up, but just fold it over top of it, and then you pull it tight using clamps on each end of it. Now, the biggest challenge is your lighting. I have 3 umbrella lights, and you can get, in most chroma key kits, they come with 2. I would recommend 3. You need 3 tripod lights, professional photo lights that are balanced. Now, I have a tripod mini, which sits directly in front of me. It is directly behind my webcam. And you talking about these lights, if you look at the lights, it'll blind you. You'll see spots for a few minutes. You do not look at the lights. And I'm looking right at my webcam, but at the same time, the light is shining directly into my eyes, and it's really not good for your eyes. It's really bad for your eyes, the lighting. But you want to have that professional light on your face. You want to be able to, show up good and things of that nature. But I have a mini tripod light directly behind my computer monitors, and I drilled 3 holes into the bottom of the tripod that actually allow me to bolt the tripod down to my computer desk, because it's a mini tripod and it wobbles because it's not designed to be with an umbrella. I bought an extra umbrella, photography umbrella, which actually that actually equips to that. And the tripod's 3 foot tall, and that's actually behind me. And then on each side of me, I have 2 larger tripods. They're 7-foot tripods, but I have them up. I think they're sitting at about 4 foot high, is what they're at right now, their height. And I have the umbrellas kind of facing me, but I kind of have them tilted. So the light, so if I stand in the center of my green screen directly in front of it, I can actually see the light bulb on each side. But you want to have the light bulbs off when you're doing this and you're playing with your lighting, but to light the green screen up, because you stare at that light bulb, you see spots. You see spots. They are extremely bright bulbs. They get really hot too. And the trick that I did with the photography lights is I actually have a power strip on the floor, and the power strip, I actually turn that on and off. And instead of having to get behind the lights, try to flip them on and off, and trying to hold your hand over your face and not being blind, I actually cut the power strip on and off, and that'll cut all the lights on and off for me at once. So that's very good. And to get the tripods right, you're going to have to play with chroma key and things like that a lot, but it takes a lot of work. Getting the light stands perfectly. I have the tripods are about 3 feet actually away from the green screen, and they're about 1 foot away from each end of it outward, and the umbrellas are towards me. So it takes a lot of practice. You'll spend 4 or 5 hours to make sure you get those tripods perfect, so when you do the green screen and things like that, it helps. I also have the entire floor marked with duct tape, so there's duct tape all over my floor, so I know exactly where each tripod goes, where the stand goes behind me. But you can actually build a green screen a lot cheaper. You can get poster paper. You can go to Walmart and get like a king-size green sheet and put up in behind you. I mean, there's a lot of techniques that you can physically do to get a proper green screen. But I found it easier just to buy the entire kit because I needed the lighting. And you can look at Walmart for fluorescent lights, things like that, and it's just a pain. It's just best to buy a professional lighting kit if you're serious about doing a green screen. Next is audio. And I never thought about this. I really didn't, because I'm not somebody who cares about audio or what I sound like. I mean, but some people do. Some people will not watch videos with crappy audio. So you got to make sure you have clear audio, and that's the next important thing. So I decided when I was told this, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go out and buy a professional microphone. And I looked, and there's two types of microphones out there that are professional. But I decided to go with what's called the Blue Yeti microphone. Now, it's a professional microphone, but it has settings on the back of it. It has like 4 settings. It has directional, which means that only the sound coming in one direction, and it has like interview mode, which is like if there's 2 people sitting on each side, they can talk and it can interview it and record their voice. The other is like all around, and I can't remember what the other one is, but and it has like volume controls, things like that. It has a lot of different features on it. And I bought the microphone, and it was like $100 and some, and then I bought a pop cap that goes on it, and that way when you speak, you don't like sound and spit and things like that on it. If you get spit on a microphone, it corrodes the microphone. It damages it. And when you talk about a $100 microphone, you don't want to corrode it or damage it, so you want to have that pop cap on it that protects it. But I keep it away from me, so I'm never spitting on it, but I still have it on there. But it also helps filter the air, so it's not like you're breathing on it, things like that. But the pop cap that I got didn't really come with it, and I had a clamp on it which goes to a pole which mounts it, and the pop cap comes around. And I had a lot of problems, and I decided the other day to take the microphone off the stand, and I drilled a hole with a power drill right through the back of the microphone. And my pop cap, I curved it around, and I attached it to the side of the microphone so it was tight with a rubber band, and then I tightened it up to screw on the back of the pop cap, and it actually works quite well. And I'll show you here for a second, but I'll screw up my audio when I do this. But here, let me show you guys. This is the Blue Yeti microphone, and it's a big microphone. I'm serious about this. This is a big microphone, and I got my pop cap there, as you can see. And you can see where I brought the tube around, and I attached it to the back of my stand. I also have a piece of duct tape here with a tissue underneath it, so if the microphone falls backwards, it doesn't damage it. But yes, it is a very large microphone. It's a good size. I got big hands, so it's a good size microphone. Overall, the microphones, yeah, it's about that big. It's a good size microphone. It's pretty big around. But professional audio is also important when it comes to making YouTube videos, because you want to sound professional. You want to sound good and clear. Now, you also have background noise and stuff like that you might pick up. This microphone helps filter it, but it also helps really catch your voice. So that's important as well. Now it comes down to video editing tools. Now, when it comes to recording your desktop in general, your screen, you want to invest in what's called Camtasia. Okay, Camtasia. And I'm going to put all the links and the names of software in the description of the video, so don't worry trying to scribble it down on pen and paper right now. But I use Camtasia to actually record my videos with when it comes to my desktops. And it has built-in video editing software and things like that. So it's great. It really does work. I like Camtasia a lot. It's a good program, and you need it for recording your desktop and things of that nature. But when it comes down to it, if you're going to do a green screen, Camtasia doesn't have chroma key, okay? And a green screen is what you call chroma key, and that's a feature there. And it basically takes the green area in behind you, or the green screen, blue screen, and when you run chroma key, it'll erase that, and you can drop your own image in or something like that. If you've ever used Photoshop or something like that, where you deal with layers, you have different layers. So, for example, you can take a picture of somebody, drop another picture in behind them. You can add some details in between things. It's layers, and that's kind of how it is. It's how you do 3D images, things like that. But green screens is chroma key, and to do that, you have to have Sony Vegas. Sony Vegas is a couple $100. It's an expensive piece of video editing software, but it's what the professionals use. So Sony Vegas is an essential when it comes to doing green screens. Okay, you have to have Sony Vegas to do a green screen. Camtasia is a good piece of software when it comes to recording your screen, your desktop, things like that. I prefer Sony Vegas. Now, if you're going to record video games and stuff like that, there's another type of software out there that you can use, and it's called Fraps. Okay, Fraps is really good. It's good for recording in games. You can record some areas on your screen and boxes and things like that in certain windows, but you really can't use Fraps on your desktop to record your desktop of your computer monitor. You really need to have a you know, you need something like Camtasia where you can record your full screen. And there's also free screen recording software out there as well that you can get. I think there's one called a Cam Studio. I'm not sure what it's called. I'll try to find it for you guys and I'll post it, but it's actually free. And that allows you to record your screen. It's free, but it's really crap. You want to use Camtasia. You really want to use Camtasia to record your screen. You want to use Fraps to record in video games. And you want to use Sony Vegas to basically edit all your videos together. You also have to look at the video specs, the formatting size of the video. So when it comes down to that, you're going to need to go on YouTube. You're going to have to look up the resolution size, like what size you should have the videos, things like that. So that's all the little stuff that you have to know. And it's not easy. Let me tell you this. Anyone who thinks, oh, I'm going to jump on YouTube and start making videos, it's not easy. It takes a lot of talent. It takes practice. You got to know what you're doing. And there are thousands of tutorials here on YouTube that teaches people all the different stuff that they need to know. So, I mean, you can learn this stuff on YouTube just if you're willing to take the time, research, look up the videos, and do stuff of that nature. But it takes time, but it is possible. The next thing that I use is, you have to have a webcam. I have a Microsoft HD Studio webcam. When I bought this webcam, I paid about $79 for it. I think it's like $69 now, so it's come down. But it's still a top grade HD webcam from Microsoft. I mean, even the microphone on the cam, I mean, it's decent. I can use that microphone, but ultimately I want to use my Blue Yeti microphone because that's more of a higher quality microphone. But yeah, I just want to go over the basics with you guys. Blue Yeti microphone, professional photography equipment, Microsoft HD webcam, Camtasia for recording your desktop, Fraps for recording in video games, Sony Vegas for video editing, okay? And if you guys want sound effects, things like that to put in your videos, to do weird sounds, so there's a lot of websites out there that actually just Google like free sound effects. You can find free sound effects online. If you're working with green screens, you want to put a cool car or something behind you, you can actually go on YouTube and people put green screen effects and things like that they've made up on there. You can go to like green screen websites. I mean, there's a lot of resource sites out there when you get into this stuff. You just have to look for them, and it takes time. And once you start getting all your resources built in your database and you start figuring out all your features and you learn how to do the videos and stuff, I mean, you get the hang of it. It works out good. I mean, don't give up. I've been doing this for 5 years, and I failed and I failed and I failed. And it's what a lot of people do. Is they go to college. They go to college for photography. They go out and they're like, oh, I'm just going to go to college. I want to do this for a living. They get tens of thousands of dollars in debt to try to do something that an idiot like myself can sit here and figure out how to do on a computer. I mean, you invest in the green screen, you invest in the tripod, you put this stuff together yourself, you do some online research, you go to like sites like eHow, you go on Wikipedia, you research this, you go on Amazon. And I think Amazon's a great site for just online shopping when it comes to Amazon. Just go on like Amazon and type in green screens, and you can actually find a lot of stuff like that. And that's one of the things I do. I just go on Amazon, type in like green screens, and it come up photography equipment and all this stuff. And you just start clicking on this stuff. You start researching like, what's this? What's that? What's the difference in this? What's the difference in that? And you just start researching the products and all that kind of stuff. And it all falls together. But really quality professional photography equipment, you're talking $2,000, $3,000. I'm serious. You're talking way up in the money. To get a nice studio, what I have here now that is actually working for me, it works for what I'm doing, making videos, talking, things like that, putting a different backdrop in behind me, having my face down in the corner of the videos. The lighting kit I have in my room's I think was like 180, microphone 120, HD webcam $70. I got a suit, a tie, try to look professional. And guys, I'm dead serious about this. When you do videos and stuff like this, makeup. I'm dead serious. You guys should consider buying some makeup. I have like little red spots here on my face right now. You can actually kind of see it. You can't really see it too well, but I actually take makeup and I'll actually go on my face and like little spots like that, and I'll touch up. This is actually eyeshadow. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. My mom pointed out. I was like, that's not what you buy. You buy this here. So next time I go to the store and buy makeup, I'm going to get the proper kind. But you want to do makeup and stuff like that. don't feel bad about it. Don't think you're gay because you do makeup. You're doing videos. News anchors on CNN, news anchors on Fox News, all the big name stations. You really think their skin's that pretty? They're ugly as hell. They got tons of makeup on. They got makeup experts there, people putting it on them. They want to look clear for the camera. That's what you want to do. You want to look good. You want professional YouTube videos. Learn to use some makeup. Have your wife, have your girlfriend, have someone teach you a few beauty lessons. But, man up about it. Don't bawl your eyes out. But anyway, peace out, YouTube. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this video helped.